I never would have expected a 6-year-old movie that's black and white with no computer graphics to be as enjoyable as To Kill a Mockingbird was. The character development in this movie was really good. This movie was directed by Robert Mulligan, and the starring actors are Gregory Peck and Mary Badham. The director did an amazing job at building Atticus's character, and that's what we're going to talk about. The setting of this movie was in the 1930s in the Deep South. During this time, the racial tension was high. Atticus was a single father and he was a lawyer. He had a really good character. And he was appointed to represent a black man accused of a terrible crime. This movie is really good at developing Atticus's character. There is a scene where a mad dog comes walking up the street and the sheriff and Atticus show up, and his children were watching all of this, and the officer hands Atticus the gun because he knew Atticus was a better shot. And Atticus picks up the rifle like he'd done it every day of his life and shot the dog. His kids were so surprised. They'd never seen him pick up a rifle, let alone be the best shot in all of... There's another scene where Atticus brings his lamp and his book to sit in front of a jail because he knew that 40 men were about to come and kill a man that he was defending, who was in jail awaiting trial. And instead of a gun, he brought a lamp and a book. He could have used violence and killed all of them, but he only brought a book in the face of 40 angry men. And then his children show up and save him from that situation. There is another scene, which is after the trial, where only the black people are still at the trial, and all the white people have left the trial. And Atticus' kids and all the black people are at the trial. And all the black people stand up while Atticus is packing his briefcase, and Atticus leaves the trial in silence. That community and people respect Atticus. Now, there's one last scene that I'm going to talk about, where Atticus is at the black family's house that he's defending, and Bob Ewell, a white neighbor, shows up, and he hates Atticus. He spits in Atticus's face, and Atticus just looks at him and wipes the spit off his face. He has really good self-control. All of these examples show how good Atticus's character was. Robert Mulligan did a really good job of developing his character, and Gregory Peck did really good at capturing that character. I highly recommend this 1962 classic.